Alright, so I thought I would do this video, because I feel like it's something that, has been going on for a long time, and I think it's just something that needs to be talked about and explained and expressed. So, basically, currently, the current state of the game is it's gotten a hell of a lot better. It's actually, as based off the beginning, it's been, because the beginning was, I'm not gonna say it was just, it's gotten better. That's all I was saying. It's, as the main developers and creators and everything have gotten better at understanding the game's evolution. Things have changed and gotten better. But there is one thing that remains the same, and I think it's come due time where it needs to be removed. It's outdated, and that would be Monstrous body in general. And I don't want to say it should be removed. I want to say the current iteration of it has to go. And one of the main reasons it has to go is because it's reached a point where Monstrous body itself has put an actual bottleneck on the game, right? When I say a bottleneck on the game, I mean that anything that is created, anything that is done from this point forward, everything has to consider Monstrous body. And it's got to be really annoying because first Zeref just put in some new pills and shit like that do all this cool stuff, and I looked at some of the pills and I instantly said, "Oh, this is really cool." I said, "Oh wait, Monstrous body is gonna take this and be fucking unkillable." At some point you've got to realize that it just can't stay in the game the way it is, because there should be no concept in the game. There should be no way in the game, or no splashable way that everybody can use, basically, if they choose to, that lets multiple clans, multiple classes, multiple players all have the ability to basically take no damage. Taking less damage is something. That's what body does. Body makes it so you take less damage. That's fine. But Monstrous body completely nullifies it. If I pay B Drain or something, and you have body, then I'm gonna do a petty. But that's 1 out of 6 of technically a petty. Okay, technically it's, but yeah, that's 1 out of 6 points of your, if you want to call your life points or whatever, like in Yu-Gi-Oh. It's 1 out of 6. So I paid a cost and I did 1 out of 6. But if you have Monstrous body, I do nothing. So I paid a cost and did nothing to you. That is really, really bad in terms of game design. You cannot have cases where people just don't take any damage. You just can't. And again, like I said, it puts this limiter on the game where you can't put things that you want to put in the game. You can't create new, unique concepts, because every single time you got to think about, well, how is Monstrous body going to interact with this? And then sometimes it's not even just Monstrous body, but it's a combination. It's oh, for instance, the Inuzuka pill. That shit is really cool. It's broken as fuck, but it's really cool. And it's okay to be broken as fuck sometimes. You have sufficient counterplay. However, you take the broken as fuck thing and then you add Monstrous body to it, the thing that lets you basically not have to be not being interacted with, and it gets really disgusting. Really, really disgusting. And it's I want to say it's dumb as shit, but yeah, it's basically dumb as shit. And so another thing you can see is that the top players of the game at the highest level, a lot of them are using Monstrous body or some form of it. Why? Because it's so fucking good. It's just and not to mention, we've gotten to a point where the weaknesses of old Monstrous body at the start of the wipe don't exist anymore. And what I mean is, what's going on now is people literally have the PP to be able to have Monstrous body, but at the same time also be a caster. So all you do is you're just a Monstrous body caster. If you want to hear something that's really disgusting, that I'm just gonna tell you now, that should have been abused, and I can't remember why. I can't remember if this got stopped, but basically, it was, for the longest time, it was Fan, at the beginning of the wipe, it was Fan, well, I'm pretty sure now. Oh, I remember why I got destroyed, why I got beaten. Actually, I can't remember actually it does, but, Fan Monstrous body. You literally, you have low cost, no drain, damage, and then you literally just clash everything, and then you take nothing, because the way that Monstrous Body functions is, as long as your value, unless they have perks that do otherwise, as long as the value of whatever they hit you with is under the value of your HP, of your endurance, cool, you take nothing. Not to mention, it also makes other perks in the game really problematic that are actually cool perks, like the resistance perks that exist for every single tree. If you have Monstrous Body and you have that, you literally will take no damage from multiple fucking elements. I think wind is like the only element that, or yeah, Katon and wind are the only ones that basically are going to let you get past it. Raiton doesn't have minimal damage. Katon doesn't, Raiton has a minimal damage, Suiton doesn't have minimal damage, and Doton obviously doesn't do damage at all. So it doesn't have minimal damage either. So that's 3 elements of the entire game completely invalidated. Like, by just 1 perk. You're paying 25 PP to invalidate people's entire trees. People's entire playstyles. Like, and you can make the argument that, yeah, people should build to try to be able to deal with Monstrous Body. But at some point, you have to realize it's a bottleneck on the entire game. And it just should not be the way that it is. And it is. And a good example of ways to deal with this is what happened with fucking Akamichi, right? Akamichi had the keg, which was basically Monstrous Body in a sense. You could not take petties at all, right? So with actually technically I think it was considered a better form of Monstrous Body, but anyway, and so what ended up happening was the keg got changed, and now it's just Akamichi just take more damage, like not more damage, but they can take more damage. They have more health. That's how all video games handle fucking tanking and shit. They just give the tanks more health. So that if you play well, if you do the damage, you literally can still win. You don't make them invulnerable. If you don't want them to die, you just give them more health. And then you can adjust the health based on whether or not they're tanky or shoe-shaking. So for instance, if Monstrous Body, you change it to, like, let's say you change Monstrous Body to like 4 steps of injury resistance, okay? And they're just getting cucked. Like, getting cucked. Like, nobody buys Monstrous Body, it's just trash. Okay, as a developer, you go, okay, this is not working, this isn't good enough. You boost it to, like, 5 or 6. You can turn the lever on it so easily to figure out what is a suitable amount of injury resistance that makes it worth getting the perk, but doesn't make actually it, like, insanely broken and just ignore people. So that you're just tanky as fuck and annoying to deal with, but you're not able to just ignore people and just do whatever the fuck you want, right? It also gives more value to tanking and playing properly, because right now, Monstrous Body, you don't get punished. If they can't deal with you, there's no way to be punished for doing something bad. Like, there are people with Monstrous Body who sometimes will tank instead of just clashing and killing, because their default is, oh, I can just tank anyway, so who gives a shit? When you could literally just clash, but these are the types of things that are not encouraged or not learned when you have such a handicap like a Monstrous Body holding your hand and being like, you just don't take any damage. So if games aren't doing this, pretty much every game in the book is not doing this. Like all games, like if you're gonna be like doing no damage or almost no damage, you do like 1. You do like 1 or something small. And what I love about the games that do that, like, is that like if I'm doing 1 damage to the enemy, and they have a set amount of health, if I decided to vote myself to it, I've done it many times in fucking, like, games like, what's it called? Like, Tales games or whatever. Where, like, you can fight bosses that you're not supposed to be able to fight, and you do, like, 1 damage or something. If I play perfectly, dodge every single skill shot, dodge every single mechanic that they do, I can kill somebody who I was not supposed to kill, and get, like, some cool hidden cutscene where it's like, I don't know how the fuck you won that, but you lose no matter what, so we're just gonna go from there story-wise that you lost at the end. Somehow you, like that. I love that kind of shit. And that's where we need to be going towards, to be honest. Because the current state is just not going to work long term. It's just going to get worse and worse. So, yep, that's it of that. I say again, Monster's body should be just changed to just injury resistance, and let's just get this shit over with. There's no point. There's literally, like, that change takes literally, and I know this, I'm gonna say it right now, because I've seen it happen before. To change that, it literally takes probably less, I would argue that it would take less than 10 minutes to change that, to do that, by the way. Less than 10 minutes, because you still have the endurance that it still gives you, whatever. But to change it to injury resistance, it takes less than 10 minutes. I would be willing to say it takes 5 minutes. There is no reason at this point in time that we should be still dealing with this shit, and it's still fucking obnoxious and causing a huge bottleneck, like I said, all this time. Just because it's like, I don't know if we should change it. Everybody is telling you. This is specifically, you know who I'm talking about. Everybody is telling you that it needs to be changed. Just do the change. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Just do the change. Everybody's telling you it needs to be changed. This has been going on since the start of the wipe 1 year ago. It's been an entire year of watching Monster's body interact with the game, and it's not gotten healthy one time. It's always just been either it's being used out the ass, or it's been put in a position where nobody can get it, so it's completely and totally bad. Do something healthy with it, and just make it the injury resistance. And don't do it like tomorrow. Don't do it a week from now. Don't do it 3 weeks from now. Don't do it like a month from now. Just do it today. It literally takes no time. Just do it today. Okay, that's the end of that mini rant. If anybody actually thinks Monstrous body is okay, please have a discussion about it in toxicity or combat discussion. I would love to hear people who say that Monstrous body is okay. And then I'm gonna ask you, like, what's the highest rank you've been, by the way, too? Because I'm gonna be like, are you like Chunin? Is that like the highest you've ever played at? Or if so, I mean, yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Good. Bye-bye. Actually, leave that going. I fucking love this song. It's so good. Actually, wait, one more thing. Injury resistance. That's it. We're good. End of the video. Yeah.